no yard left behind. It's a movement to drive more power back into your golf game. In this first segment, what we're talking about is leverage, one of the most important keys to driving more power back into your golf swing. What we're going to do is 3 simple drills. The first being a slow motion swing. What we're going to focus on is creating the leverage, storing it, and then releasing that leverage at impact. All right? So in this slow motion swing, we're going to get into our good golf posture. As we go back, what we're going to focus on is pushing down with the pad of the left hand and pulling up with the right fingers. As you can see as I do this, you're going to see the club head get significantly higher than my hands. So when my hands get to about waist high, the club head is up by my shoulder or a little bit higher. All right, so I want you to focus on this. This first part is the key. So now we have created the hinge. Now as my left arm gets parallel to the ground, you can see that my left arm and the club make a 90-degree angle. Now we have a fully set hinge, and now we got the energy stored. Now we got to maintain that as we come back down. So this is the second key. So with most players, what I see is a casting from the top. So they release that energy up here, and now the fastest part of their swing is somewhere back in here instead of at the golf ball. So what we want to focus on in the downswing is maintaining or storing that leverage. So as we get to our hands back to waist high, we start to see again that the club head is up by my shoulder. We have stored that energy, and now from here we can release it. Now the maximum power is going to be released at the golf ball. The maximum speed is going to be created at the golf ball instead of somewhere back in here where it's just wasted. All right, so what we want to do is, again, very slow, methodical swings, focusing on creating the hinge, storing that hinge, and then releasing it. All right, the slower you go, the better you're going to get the feel. You want to make several repetitions, getting the feel, getting that idea of creating the hinge, storing it, and then releasing it. After you made several swings, try to emulate that in your golf swing. Hit several golf balls, then go back to this drill, do 3 or 4 repetitions very slowly, then hit 3 or 4 golf balls. The second drill is called the whoosh drill. Now this is going to allow you to hear the power. So again, with most golfers, what we see is a casting at the top or a release of that hinge. And what we hear is, we hear that power being wasted back here. What I want you to do is hear the whoosh at the golf ball or just a little bit beyond it. So if we store that energy, you should hear that whoosh and release down at impact. So I'm going to do a couple swings for you. Again, you can hear that loud whoosh at impact. Again, just like in that first drill, we want to do 3 or 4 practice swings, hearing the whoosh, trying to make that sound louder and louder every single time. Then hit a couple golf balls, trying to create that same speed while hitting the golf balls. Now my third drill, you're going to need a training. It's one of the best ones out on the market. It's called the orange whip. All right, it's a little bit heavier. It's also, it allows you to feel that hinge being created and stored and then released at impact. So the same idea with the whoosh drill, you're still going to listen and hear for that whoosh down at impact. This is just going to allow you to feel it a little bit better. The key thing here is make sure you stay on balanced. As you can see, I'm storing that energy and I'm releasing it at impact, and I'm driving the maximum amount of distance I can and speed into my swing. I hope this tip helps you. In segment 2, Eric's going to be talking about rotation, another very important key to driving distance back into your game.